Amazing what people can do with their hands. Even control the weather. Bring on the clouds, please! What a spectacular sight. I love this bit. Great clouds billowing across the heavens. If you went and saw The Dark Crystal or Raiders of the Lost Ark, quite a lot of films, you may have seen this effect. In the middle of the dramatic part of the film, in come these enormous clouds and people go up through them and things come down through them. It's very dramatic. And it's a special effect, and it's not done with clouds or weather or even air. It's done in a little glass tank. If you come with me, I'll show you how. In fact, we start in here, little tank, and we start with a layer of fresh water. Just pour that in. And get rid of the bucket. Now we have another layer too, and that's water into which I've been steadily stirring lots and lots of sugar until it makes a good thickish syrup. There we go. And that, with sugar dissolved in it, is going to be a lot heavier than the fresh water. It's going to be denser. And if I poured it into there, it would sink to the bottom. Still, it would mix a little bit as it went down, so the best way to introduce it is to get a funnel, put that underneath the layer of the fresh water, and then dipper by dipper, put the sugary solution down so it flows out underneath the layer of fresh water. If you look closely at that, you'll probably see a sort of fuming liquid as the sugary solution spreads out underneath the fresh water and finds its own layer. I'm going to keep doing that for a while until I get a layer that's about 4 centimetres thick. There we go. I think that's just about got it. If you look carefully, you should be able to see the division there with the sugary water down there and the fresh water floating on top. That's what we need, and about now we put in the clouds. Now the clouds are also liquid. They are liquid latex, the sap from the rubber tree, in this case diluted with water to make a very rich milky liquid. If I pick that up, it's diluted with fresh water. So when I shove it into that interface there, the junction between the two, it's going to float around in the top layer of fresh water, and it won't be able to get into the dense layer of sugar. It should spread out between the two. And if it does, it's going to look like clouds in the atmosphere on a particular layer. We'll bring the camera in to just where your eye would be if you're looking through the glass, and watch what happens as those clouds spread out through the top layer and spreading over the bottom layer, billowing as they go. Now you're looking at it side on, and it looks rather like a little set of clouds, but you can imagine if the camera were underneath that bottom layer looking up, it would be what you would see if you're looking at the underneath of a great batch of clouds. And that's what a film producer does. He films that from underneath and gets a base tape looking like the clouds. And that's half the picture that you see. Then you can take that picture and mix the actors up in front of it, or even use little models or other special effects. Sometimes, in the really magnificent scenes you see, you've got about 5 or 6 things going on at once, and they're all special effects. Amazing what you can do with special effects.